Darth Traya, also known as Kreia, was a female Jedi Master who turned Sith Lady and established a Sith triumvirate. She ruled over the remaining Sith after their defeat in the Jedi Civil War. Before the Mandalorian Wars, Kreia was a Jedi Master working as a Jedi historian, and she was the tutor of many Jedi students who opted to follow the Jedi Knight Revan to battle against the Mandalorians in an unsanctioned way. Because of this, the Jedi High Council exiled her. Note that Kreia was also the master to the powerful Jedi Knight Revan himself for a time, and so she went after him and arrived at Malachor V, being drawn in by the Force echoes. At the source of the echoes was the Trayus Academy, a Sith academy which helped corrupt the then Jedi Master, turning her to the dark side. She searched for Force wounds and found two Sith to be her apprentices. These Sith Lords were Darth Sion and Darth Nihilus, both of them two powerhouses and among the strongest Sith to have ever existed. It was with Sion and Nihilus that Darth Traya formed the Sith Triumvirate, which aimed to destroy the Jedi Order and rule over the galaxy. An alliance with the strong is never to be trusted though, and Nihilus betrayed her alongside Sion, stripping Traya of her connection to the Force.
There are dark places in the galaxy where few tread, ancient centers of learning, of knowledge. But I did not walk alone. To be united by hatred is a fragile alliance at best. But my will was not law. There were disagreements, ambition, and hunger for power. There are techniques within the Force against which there is no defense. I was cast down, stripped of my power, exiled. I suffered indignities and fell into darkness.
Now Darth Traya was exiled by both Jedi and Sith, and she turned bitter and resentful. She ended up wanting to rid the galaxy of the influence of the Force, and took up the name of Kreia once more. It was at this point she got to know one of the strongest female Jedi Knights ever, the ex-Jedi General, and now exile Meetra Surik. Darth Traya found Surik to have enough power and potential to carry her plans, and so she got close to Surik, trying to alter her way of thinking along her journey on the Aben Hawk. She helped Surik finding Zez Kyle, Brook Lamar, and Kavar and revealed herself as a Sith Lord in their presence, severing their connection to the Force and killing them in the Jedi Enclave's ruins on Dantooine. Once this deed was done, she went to the secret Jedi Academy on Telos IV, convincing Master Atris to turn to the dark side. Surik was underestimated though, and she managed to redeem Atris and kill Nihilus, the ruling Dark Lord of the Sith, and the biggest threat to the galaxy since Sion had already been defeated. She then pursued Traya, killing the Darth where her own path began, at the Traya Sith Academy. Here's Darth Traya's final lesson, her last confrontation with Meetra Surik.
At last you have arrived. Is Malachor as you remember? You no doubt have many questions. I would be a poor teacher if I did not give you the answers you seek here now. I never destroyed Atris. She had destroyed herself. I merely stripped away the illusion and brought her truth. Her teachings could not be allowed to continue, and like Malachor, she was part of your past, unresolved. She needed to be something you could confront and defeat one last time. It was part of your training, part of what was needed to make you complete. And there must always be a Darth Traya. The galaxy needs its betrayers, especially in the times to come. She loved you, you know, as one loves a champion, You were all that she could not be. It is all that is left unsaid upon which tragedies are built. More echoes traveling through the Force. It is said that the Force has a will. It has a destiny for us all. I wield it, but it uses us all, and that is abhorrent to me, because I hate the Force. I hate that it seems to have a will, that it would control us to achieve some measure of balance when countless lives are lost. But in you, I see the potential to see the Force die, to turn away from its will, and that is what pleases me. You are beautiful to me, Exile. A dead spot in the Force, an emptiness in which its will might be denied. I use it as I would use a poison, and in the hopes of understanding it, I will learn the way to kill it. But perhaps these are the excuses of an old woman who has grown to rely on a thing she despises. From the moment you awoke, I have used you. I have used you so that you might become strong, stronger than I. I used your death to deceive the Sith, to make them believe they had won, so they would turn on each other. I used you to keep the Lords of the Sith from condemning the galaxy to death with their power unchecked. I used you to lure them to Telos, where they could be at last fought and killed. I used you to reveal Atris's corruption, so that her teaching could be ended before it began. I used you to gather the Jedi so they could be destroyed, and I used you to make those who wounded me reveal themselves, so they could be killed by the Republic. Perhaps you were expecting some surprise, for me to reveal a secret that had eluded you, something that would change your perspective of events, shatter you to your core. There is no great revelation, no great secret. There is only you. In times past and in times future, there are Jedi who will stop listening to the Force, those that will try to forget it but maintain unconscious ties, and those, as in the past, just as I, who have had the Force stripped from them. But no Jedi ever made the choice you did, to sever ties so completely, so utterly, that it leaves a wound in the Force. It was a mistake to try to make you feel it again, I see that now. There is no truth in the Force, but there is truth in you, Exile, and that is why I chose you. I have thought of this moment more than you know, and I wondered if here, at this ending between us, if you would care enough to try to save me. If a Jedi could find it within themselves to spare one who has fallen so far. I wanted you to say those words. For that I am grateful. But I do not want your mercy. I want you to break. Perhaps it is merely your perceptions of me that have changed. It is strange that you believe Malachor has not. But it has always been timeless to you, this place, and words have always been inadequate for the horrors that took place here. The apprentice must kill the master. If you do not, I will kill you. If I do not, then all you have achieved will be as nothing, as empty and as violent as Malachor itself. There is more than death in this galaxy, and you shall not find it easy. It was difficult to draw you here, but it had to be done. This place is your last test. It is the graveyard of the past, where you lost everything. It is the dark place in your mind that still echoes of failure. Now we shall see if you can overcome the weight of Malachor and silence the echoes that beat from its heart. Finish this. Kill me. If you do not kill me, I shall end you. I died long ago. Now the circle is complete. Strike me down, and at last end this. You have strength, but you have yet to learn the full extent of power. You will not show me mercy. I will see you break before you do. It is done. At last it is done. You are greater than any I have ever trained. By killing me here, you have rewarded me more than you can possibly know. It is enough what you have done, from now into the future. Many choices were there, but you made the right ones. I had hoped you would follow Revan's path, but you and Revan are different, and your path is your own. You may take one of the ships that orbit Malachor and depart this place, or you may remain here on Malachor and wait for the others, those touched by the Force, who will come in time. Or you may return to your exile, where your presence will no longer affect the actions of others. There is no dishonor in any of these choices. I only ask that you make the choice without regret.
As a curiosity fact, know that Darth Traya was initially planned to be Master Atris from the Jedi Academy, and only at the last minute did the story developers shift towards making Kreia the Darth instead. There is a model in the Knights of the Old Republic 2 game files of Dark Side Atris labeled Darth Traya as proof. Did you like the video? If so, don't forget to check the video's description for related stories, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks, and may the Force be with you.